Hey, what's up? Chef Jesse here. Oh my God, I'm a little bit exhausted. I was actually outside. I started cooking this roast pork earlier today, and I left it in the oven, and I had to go out because my car got stuck. My car was stuck. The starter on my car went Thursday, so I was waiting for a mechanic to come change the starter because the car was in the street and I couldn't move it. So it's since Thursday it's been out of commission. So I put the roast pork in the oven, and I left it alone. Bad idea, but I don't like leaving food cooking. But I had to. I had to go get this car fixed. This is the only time I can get the mechanic. So anyway, I was outside. And a job that takes about an hour took about almost over 2 hours to get because there was a screw hole. Anyway, it has nothing to do with food. But today, folks, I am back. And I am making Cuban sandwiches. Like I did my previous video, I said I was making Cuban sandwiches. So I'm roasting some pork, which is looking delicious. And I'm making some tostones, green plantain. And this is what they look like, green plantain. Gilbert likes the yellow ones, but I just couldn't find the yellow ones. So I'm cooking these today. So let me, I don't know, these are a little bit pain in the butt to, if you don't know what you're doing. People go, how the hell do you peel a green plantain, you know? Well, get a sharp knife, cut the ends off, see? Cut the ends off. Don't cut too much, just cut the ends off, like this. Throw that away, and then you slice, you do a slit. For this, I don't like to use a big knife. I use a smaller one, so less work. And I slide it, and I slice it, not into the, make sure you don't cut into the, if you cut into the plantain, it's not that bad, but make a slit. They peel better if you have them outside the refrigerator. So if you store them in the refrigerator, take them out a half hour or so before you start to peel them. Now, you can peel them. You can run them under water, under warm water. That's what I usually do, and they peel easy. I usually don't have any problem peeling. Let me show you how you peel it. So I always use this knife. I have this knife just for this. I use it like a butter knife. And it's not sharp at all, and I put it into the slit, and I start to open it up. See, I don't know if you can see it, but it opens up. Look at that! It opens right up, and it's very easy. I know some people have problems. What I do, I go in there like this. Okay? Some people have problems peeling it. I usually never do, and I usually take the whole thing out in one shot. And you peel it. If it starts to break up, you can start from the other end. And once you get it started, once you get it started with your thumb, make sure you clean the freaking nails because they get underneath this. There you go. Look at that. And papa, there goes your plantain. Okay. And there it goes. Nice. Let's do that again, if you didn't see that. So I put a little slit. Some people do 2 slits, I do 1. And I just make sure I wet it a little bit, warm water. And I start to insert this knife that's not sharp at all. It's like a butter knife. This knife I use it for, apply butter and stuff like that. It doesn't really cut anymore. But if you use a butter knife, you can see. Now this one's giving me a little bit of a problem. Like I said, sometimes they give you problems, sometimes they don't. But once you get it started, I find that once you get it in there, you start to. They usually peel for me. They usually peel completely. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Don't get too happy, because sometimes it gets too happy. There you go. There you go. You're peeling it, peeling it, peeling it, peeling it, peeling it. All the way down. Look at that. Almost all. Look at that. Some people have problems peeling it. I usually don't. So what I do is I put these in a bowl. I cut them into about 1 inch, Because remember, you're gonna fry these and then you're gonna smash them and fry them again. So You don't want to go too thin, but you want to do like what is that? Like an inch? More than an inch? I don't know. Let's measure this. Crazy. I'm getting a tape measure, right? An inch. Can you believe that? An inch. Just by sight, okay? So about an inch each one. You might have to cut it a little bit when it starts to curve. There you go. And the end you can leave it like that. So an inch. There you go. You can adjust it to what you want. Yeah, there you go. And I'll cut a little piece of that at the end and throw it in. And there they go, folks. My plantains cut up. Okay. Now I'll put them in water. Put them in water. And I put salt in the water. You know, don't worry about the salt. You can adjust it. But you know, remember this for the salt to get into this. It's hard. So you gotta use enough salt. I usually taste it. Make sure that wash my hands. Make sure that the water's salted enough. And then you fry these. You turn them once, fry on one side, turn them around, and then you smash them with you can use a plate. You can use some people use a plate, some people use a knife, they smash it down. A meat cleaver. Just like in the Chinese restaurant, you take a meat cleaver and you smash it down, you put your hand on, you put the plantain, smash it down, and you make the plantain. But if you're like me who likes gadgets, you get yourself one of these things to smash plantains. What I do, sometimes I get stuck in here. So what I do, I put a little bit of oil in here, and I put some on top. And then you take the plantain after you fry them. Make sure you fry them first. Take it like this, down, and that's it. And you smash them. If you have a problem, if they get stuck, you shouldn't get stuck if you put oil. But if they do get stuck, put a knife underneath, pop it out, or in the back of a spoon, back of a spoon. Something that's sharp. You don't want a back of the spoon. Boop, pop it out, and then refry them again. Don't fry them too much because then they'll get too crunchy, and they'll lose this texture. So you'll lose the flavor. So just use your common sense, your cooking sense, okay? And you will see that you get great tasting tostones. And the tostones are eaten with I like to eat them with garlic. That's I guess a traditional way with some garlic. I mash up real garlic, and I put some olive oil, a little bit of salt, pepper. I put some lemon juice, and I mix this thing, and I make this mojito like, and it tastes real good. And you pour it on top of the garlic, on top of the plantains, and they're delicious. They're freaking delicious, I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm going to this is an egg roll that I just made, and this is like an appetizer for Gilbert. And I'm gonna fry it. I'm frying that now. Anyway, folks, so I put these on the side. I'll let these soak up some of that salt, and there you go. Remember, they sell these in bodegas, if there's any bodegas left nowadays. Some supermarkets you'll find this. You'll find them around, or if not, get them on Amazon. It says tostanera, and it's made for tostones. It's like a genie coming out of a bottle. Anyway, so that's so I'm gonna right now I got the roast pork at 500 degrees. I'm trying to get the skin nice and crunchy, and when that's done, I'm gonna start making the sandwiches. I'm gonna, like I said, the sandwiches consist of roast pork. Swiss cheese, ham, pickle, and mustard. It's traditional mustard. You can use mayonnaise or whatever you want to use, but traditional way is with mustard. I don't eat mustard, so I'm not putting mustard on mine, and I don't like pickles. So I'm not having it with pickles. But the traditional way is with all that stuff, and then it goes on a press. You have to have it on a press. If it's not pressed, it's not really a Cuban sandwich. You know, it's like a Cuban, maybe a Cuban hero or something. I don't know. But it has to be on a press. So, of course, Uncle Jesse, Chef Jesse has all these gadgets. And I will put it on a press and press them. And you're going to see how it comes out. It comes out real delicious. And I'm making some homemade limeade. So it's going to be, dinner should be ready in about an hour. So stay tuned because it's going to be delicious today. So, folks, for those who didn't see last time, I got 10 limes. I usually use about, depending on the size of the lime, I usually use about 8 limes. And I make limeade. Naturally limeade. No artificial ingredients. I freshly squeeze by hand. You know, no, I don't have a machine. I'm not that modern. I have a lot of gadgets, but I don't have a squeezer. So, for this, make sure your hands are dry so the lime doesn't slip. Make sure that the limes are not, you know, because you can hurt yourself. Okay. And what I do, like I said, I usually use about 8 to 10 limes. And I put it into a pitcher. And then I put some water. I put a little bit of lemon extract, real lemon. And then I use the sweetener. You know, I don't want to use sugar, so I use the sweetener. And use a couple of, you know, sweeteners of equal or Splenda, whatever you use. And it should be coming out good. It's freshly made, natural, and it's delicious. It really is. And it's worth the work. Like I said, I enjoy the kitchen. I enjoy doing this. You know, when I bake something, sometimes I bake something and I put it in the oven and I walk away and I let it bake. To me, that's not even cooking. I like to be in the kitchen, moving around, jumping around, back and forth. That to me is cooking. Putting something in an oven and coming back to it 2 hours later, to me, that's not cooking. I'm sorry. Cooking is the art of moving around the kitchen, running around, like I'm doing right now. I'm frying this egg roll, and I'm squeezing. So I'm multitasking. I don't know if let me show you how this egg roll looks. This is actually an egg roll. It's a pizza roll. Yeah. So that's for Gilbert, for appetizer, to hold him until dinner's ready, because he was working today, so I know he's hungry. And, you know, on the weekend, he didn't eat the home cooking of mine, so I know he's going to be hungry. So I'm going to get him an appetizer. And that pizza roll was a big pizza roll. It's like an egg roll. It's actually an egg roll made from an egg roll. A pizza roll. So, yeah. So, folks, this is how it's looking. So I got about a couple more limes, and then I'm going to fix it up, put it in the pitcher with water and sweetener, and it's going to be delicious. That's going to be our drink today. So I made my orange juice, my lime juice, my limeade, and now I'm making my garlic mojito for the tostones. So I take the garlic and I break it. Show you. I just have a little plate. I take my. Watch this. Dump that out, folks. Here we go. I break the head off. I use one head, and you can make this and save it. And it you know it stays in the refrigerator. You know, it's got oil and everything, so it's good. It won't go bad. It shouldn't go bad. I have this in the refrigerator sometimes weeks and weeks. And listen, so I'm doing the biggest part. Is taking off these. I hate the skin of this garlic. So it's like, there we go. So I get this is good. Garbage. Garbage. Okay. Now, I do is I cut the tips. You see the ends of here? The ends right there of this right there. I cut these off. So as I cut these off, it makes it easier to peel. So I'm cutting the tips off. There you go. Like so. Let's cut all the tips off. Can you see me here? Cut the tips off. There you go. And it's easy to peel. My garlic is Jesus, my refrigerator is too cold. Some of these are frozen. Nothing like frozen garlic. Maybe you can make garlic ice cream or something. I don't know. Anyway, so cutting the tips off. Hey, they're frozen. Some of them frozen. I don't know. This is sitting on the door, so it shouldn't even be. You can store garlic outside, folks. I think you could put it outside the refrigerator. It doesn't. Actually, it shouldn't be in the refrigerator. It's more fresh if we store it outside. Fresh garlic, not you know. Once you open it up and stuff, you have to keep it refrigerated, I guess. But anyway, let me see. So I cut the tips off, and now I either squeeze it with my hand or I squeeze it with the knife. One little tap, and look at that. And it comes out. Let me show you how that's done again. You tap it, take the knife, the flat end, tap it once, and then you just peel it. It comes right out. Now, there's a trick. There's also a thing that comes for this that I have. Of course, you saw like I have guys. You see this thing? It's a rubbery plastic tube, and it's made to crush the garlic. It's open to crack it open. So you put the garlic in there, and you put it in your hand. And you go like this, or you can even put it on the cutting board, and it comes out peeled. Look at that. Come up here. Watch. Put it in there. Put it on the counter. You go like this, peeled. Look at that. Now you can get this on eBay. You can get this on Amazon. Again, you put it in here. You insert there. You can do it with your hand, or you can do it on the counter. You roll it, and the bigger the better. The bigger garlic set. But you pull it out, and there it goes. It comes right off. Look at that. So, I use this sometimes, but I just don't, I don't want to wash it. So, I go the old-fashioned way. And we didn't have this back in the day, so just like I just said, one good smack, and it's peeled. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. So yeah, folks. Some people can't peel garlic, and they ask me, how do you peel garlic? And it's like a mission for them, and it's really not that hard. Again, put it down, flat end, the blade away from you, the sharp end, one smack, and it's good. Matter of fact, this one got away from you, the tip got away from me. There you go, and then you're done. Okay, there you go, nice and clean. And you can I can do this garlic all day. And then I'm gonna, okay.